You are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. Your love ain't totally me. I am so obsessed. I want to chop your body. I want it to come she upon a make I see you. You're my love one city. If you make a bad man sing,
Hey guys, welcome to DayJ, story time. Yeah, basically, that's it. Just hey, welcome. So today I'm going to be telling you guys a story of how I lost my phone at the club. Now, I'm lucky that my phone was insured. I was just lucky because losing your phone is no joke. And I'm also lucky that I also had a passcode on my iPhone, but I didn't have face recognition, just in case. You never know. Someone could be looking like me. I could have a little twin out there, never know about her. And she accidentally put her face in my phone and boom, all my information is exposed. Also, I'm glad that my phone was also dying because I think right before I lost it, it was about to die. Yeah. So let's get to the story. This was on a weekend. My sister came in town and she came to visit the family, and I was really excited to see her. She's about like 21, I'm 20. Yeah. We're gonna call my sister Bay. Yeah, because I love that girl. I love her. She's beautiful. And my cousin was also in town too. He was, around the same age as us, whatever. So we all just decided to go to the club that night and hop around for me because my birthday was coming up after this and I wanted to know what club I was going to attend with my friends. It's not even sad that I lost my phone. It's sad that I went to the club to figure out which one I was going to go to for my birthday, and I never went to the club for my birthday. So I lost my phone for no reason. Yeah, stupidity. Anyways, before we went out to the club, me and my sister Bang went out to eat with my other sister, Older. And Older couldn't go to the club with us because she had priorities, and your priorities come first. Okay? Just saying. Anyway, so me and Bay drove to the club. We were gonna go meet up our cousin. Forgot what I was gonna call him. I'm just gonna call him cousin, whatever. Anyways, we're gonna go meet up our cousin, and so we were gonna meet up our cousin where kind of, how would you say, it was an area where all the clubs are at, and we were gonna meet him up there. I would call this club hippie. I'm gonna call it hippie because the music, he said it was really bad. It's not the kind of music you can kind of dance to, especially, look at me, like I'm kind of like a wind girl. It's kind of like, an electric sliding music. So we're gonna call that club hippie. Not because it's well, like I said, not because it's bad. Like, even though I said it's bad for us because we weren't kind of electric dancing girls. We were like, winded, bumping booty, popping girls. That's the kind of club we were looking for. So I'm gonna call it hippie, like it was different. So he was at the hippie club because he had to he wanted to go with my family, my parents, to this celebration that was at the hippie club, but it was in an area where all the other clubs are at. It was at the club strip. So the hippie club was at the club strip, and he came out and I was like, hey, when we met him there at the hippie club, I was like, hey, is this a good club? He was like, no, because it's like electric dance and I'm more like a, hippie girl. And I was like, okay, so let's go to the other clubs that I heard that were good. And the other club was T, and then the other club was B, because those were clubs where I heard, like, the winding, the booty hopping girls be at. So we went to T, and my sister's older than me, and, I'm chilling, and he's older than me, so I'm chilling, you know what I mean? Okay, so we get to tea, and it's a whole bunch of rap music. And there's nothing wrong with rap music. It's just not like, winding, booty popping. But I'm there, and I'm like, maybe I can get lit to this because I'm out anyways. I'm gonna enjoy this. Maybe the environment's gonna change. Maybe they're gonna change the music a little if I just wait it out. It was around like 10, so I was like, maybe if we just wait till 11 or 10:30 or 10:40, they're gonna go from rap to like, booty pop into winding music. So because I really, work with my waist when I'm going to the club. Like, that's what I like to show off, when I dance. And we're there. It does not change. It's like 10:30, but I'm getting lit. I'm getting lit. So even though it's not changing to whining music, I'm still getting lit. So it starts to sound like whining music. So even though it's like, I don't know, I can't do beats or like, I'm over here thinking it's like, I'm starting dancing to I started rotating my hips and stuff like that, getting into it. That's what that, do to you, okay, guys? Just saying, that's what it do to you. But it do a lot of worse things, so let's get to it. So then I look at them. My sister's like looking at me because she's like, girl, you lightweight. Of course I'm lightweight. What you mean? Like, I'm not out here, just doing this every day. Like, I haven't hit the legal age. I'm chilling right now with y'all. You guys are, adding spice to my life, the spice that I barely get. So of course I'm lightweight. And she's looking at me, she's like, girl, we gotta go to another club so you can really figure out where you're gonna go when your birthday comes in a couple weeks, and I want you to have a good time. And this is not the kind of club you like. And I'm like, but the music is starting to sound like the wine. And I start getting into it. She's like, girl, you need to calm down. I'm like, I'm sorry. You're right. Let me save my magic hips for the real club that vibes with me. So we leave. Guys, we go into the club B, right? We enter there. Everything goes smoothly, except for my cousin. You really let me down because you were supposed to pay for me too, but you paid for, Bay. And that was okay for you to pay for Bay, but you could have paid for me too. Even though I entered first, you could have paid for me too. Like, I was really cheap, bruh. Like, come on, there's an X on my hand. You could have paid for me too. It was an accident though, because as soon as I looked back at him, realizing that he was paying for Bay, I looked at him and I was like, what about me? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. No shade. That's why I don't really rock with you, cuz. Like, I rock with you, but there's something suspicious about you. Some cousins you like, okay, we really didn't get, we're not like close kin. We're kin, but not close kin, okay? And I keep that in mind, cuz we still cool, but we're not close kin, okay? Anyway, so we get in there, and Bae, she goes up, and the girl's bringing, okay? And Bae is like, oh yeah, she looks at cuz, she says, cuz, I want some of this, like, we need some of these, And I'm like, yes, we do. But, I'm looking like that. I'm not saying it out loud. Come on, because I got the X on my hand. I can't say that. So anyway, so she gets a little, of the, and she gives it to me. And this lady was like, I'm sorry, but you can't do that because she's trying to keep her job because I got an X on my head. And she's like, I'm sorry, you can't do that. She's like, why? I just want her to hold that. She's like, ma'am, she takes a drug and drink money, okay, trying to keep it PG. And she's like, I'm sorry, you can't do that. And then every time she tries to hand it to Bae, Bae's like, here, you grab it. Because Bae talking about, I'm like, wait, Bae she's in her own world at this point. I guess that walk that we took from T to B, she don't went with me. She lost her mind just with me because she talking about I can't take that. You gotta take it, babe. I can't take that. What, babe, really? Anyway, so finally, my cuz is like, hey, yeah, like, you can't give that to her, even after he was trying to give me to carry it too. And the lady working there is like, y'all really trying to get me fired. She's like, I don't think y'all need any more of this. She's holding the drink. She has a ponytail, everything. And Bae's into, like, how we say white girls. And so she's a white girl. And he's over here, like, so he's lost. He's like, yeah, just take it, take it, Day. He's telling me take it. But the white girl's like, you trying to get me fired, are you serious right now? I can't give it to her. And he's over here like, she's beautiful. And I'm like, yo, why do you guys have to take this? Because I'm trying to get lit. So we're all in our own world. Finally, Bae takes the drink and cuz takes the drink. I said it. I wasn't trying to say it. So we get inside and we're getting, okay, even me. It is what it is. And okay. And it's, B's turning up and everybody is booty popping here. I'm loving it because I'm booty popping too and I'm a little ting. So we're just booty popping. Everything's good. I did use my phone at this area. I had it out. I put it up against the bar. And I was just taking cute little snaps. And then sometimes my snaps, like, I have really bad phone footage. Like, if it's phone footage, it's bad. Because I would take the phone and I would just turn the phone all over around. So it'd be looking like, you'd be like, whoa, am I high? Like, because, like, why is the screen moving so much? No, the screen's not moving. I just expect you to move with me. But that's bad footage. Like, I don't know why I take footage like that. Just like where it's not standing still. I'm just like, yeah, so if I'm down here, you're down here. No, just keep your phone right here. And me, I can't. I'm learning to, but I can't. Anyways, let's get back to the story. So I'm not getting late. I have my phone out. Now, me and Bae start dancing in the middle of the dance floor at Club B. Okay. And our cuz, he likes to disappear, go here and there, because he's he's like, hey, I'm here with y'all. But I'm really looking for my wifey, my white wifey, because that's his preference, that's what he's into. So I'm like, yeah, go find her. Go find your wifey. That's you. Cuz you really got me messed up though. But anyways, no. no, I'm serious. He needs to find his wifey, his wifey. Anyways, so he's like, y'all, I'm gonna go outside. Y'all just hit me up. My Bae, when she came to visit us, her phone connection was not really good, so we're using my phone the whole night. It's not the kind of connection she has. It's just that, some phones, when you get into different states or countries, it's just kind of, the connection's not as strong. It is what it is. In some areas, like some states and countries, hold different kind of, services out there. And her service just not work in Florida. Okay, it is what it is. And so she would use my phone to call cuz up, like, after a while, because we was in that area a long time. And I was like, yo, we're gonna call cuz up and stuff like that. And then we call him and I'm like, cuz. She's like, cuz, because she's talking to him, because I was really messed up about that pay thing. But I'm over it now. I'm gonna stop bringing it up throughout this whole video, because if cuz sees this, he's gonna be like, it wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't. Was it really that deep? Because I think it was that deep. Pretty sure it was that deep. But anyway, so like I said, he's gonna say it wasn't that deep. Anyways, so she's talking to him. She's like, yo, like, yeah, where are you? Stuff like that. He's like, yo, I'm at Club T. And you know why he was at Club T? Because Club T had a really good pizza place outside. So he was eating the pizza. He was like, yo, I told y'all that pizza was good. I had to get me some. I'm thinking the whole time, like, he's macking and stuff like that. He probably was macking. He ain't gonna tell me. The only reason why, like, I keep forgetting that, like, me and him aren't that close, because I'm a baby. Like, you look at me compared to Bae, and he looks at me like a baby. He's like, okay, like, honestly, it wasn't really supposed to be you out here. No, but I'm older now. You gotta adjust, okay, cuz? Just adjust. You just have to adjust. That it is what it is. You have to adjust. I'm grown now. I'm a grown. Okay, anyways, back to the story. Now back to the story for real. I'm sorry. So we meet cuz up at Club T, where he's eating the pizza. I look at cuz, and I look at Bae, and I'm like, yo, I want to go back into Club T, because I'm like, yes, you know what, this music, and it's like 1 a.m. So I'm like, yo, we kind of went through, with Club B, and we came at like 12 there. And so maybe Club T at 1 is really gonna get hyped, because I gotta see the hype that people are telling me about Club T. So I'm like, maybe at 1, that's when the hype really happens. And I believe that the later you go to the club, the more dancing it is, because at that point people are drunk and people are whatever, what I could say, intoxicated, okay? And so they're ready to do whatever on the dance floor. I mean, whatever. You're just over there for like, oh, we're all doing whatever, and you're sweating like, oh my gosh, give me space. But then you're so intoxicated, and they're intoxicated, and sometimes you're not intoxicated. Sometimes you just like to dance. Like, I be seeing people out there, like, they should be on like, I don't know, Step Up like 4, Step Up 5, whatever movie. I don't know, I don't watch those movies, but they should be on it. I'm just like, you at the club, girl? You should go audition for like some kind of show or TV, so they can see your dance moves, or that YouTube dancing videos where the girls be wearing heels like that, or the guys be dancing, that's where you should be. You shouldn't be at the club wasting your talents. Like, no, you dancing for free for people, girl. You should get paid. Like, I really saw a girl. She was like, looked like she was tap dancing and no tap shoes at the club. And I was like, girl, you getting it. Like, yes. Anyways, we're in there. And it was lit at 1 a.m. Okay, don't go early to Club T. You can't go early to Club T, because if you go early to Club T, it's not lit. You really have to go to the club at like 11 or 12 for it to be lit. I'm telling you right now, this is not gonna be my first club story, okay? Because the second one is gonna explain why I said you have to go to the club at 11 or 12 for it to be lit. Don't go earlier. You're gonna be like, what is this? What is this? No. Earlier is socializing time. Earlier is like, yo, you my girl for the night. You my guy for the night. You my dancer partner for the night. Can I get your number? It's kind of like, oh, I have this business. Like, that's socializing time. If you go like from 9 to 10, or even 8. I don't even know if the club opens up at 8. I don't even know if the strip, like where the clubs are at, opens up at 8. I don't know. I've never been down there at 8. Like, who? But 9, 10, I have been down there. And that's kind of socializing time. That's where people be like, yo, let's spend money. Let's do this. Let's get people into, like, on, like, let's put people on for our business, or let's hire people for the club, or like, let's take photos to promote it and stuff like that. It's not really like, let's enjoy the music. Let's enjoy the music for clubs is like around 12, 12 to 3 a.m. And I'd say 3 a.m. even though all clubs close at 2 in Florida. Yeah, they close at 2. But I'd say 3 a.m. because even when it's turned, like, it's like, oh, we're shutting it down, it's turned down, people are still there getting lit, and they give you till 3 a.m. to get lit. But, be careful, because, baby, if you parked, your parking pass expires at 2:30 in Florida. So be careful, baby, with that club strip talking about, oh, no, I'm good. And in the part of Florida that I am in, I don't know how it is for other parts of Florida, okay? So I'm just talking about the one I am in. I want to get more details, but I just don't feel comfortable. It is what it is. But still, the part of Florida that I am, all the clubs, the club strip closes at 2:30, 12. Oh, God. Get it together. I'm not lit right now when I'm talking, okay? I'm just excited. But it closes at 2:30. So yes, okay, so yes, it's now like about to become 2, and my sister's, Bay's like, hey, you was really lit, but I'm lit to the point where I now want to go home and chill in bed with my litness. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to do that. I still want to be out here. I want to see what's going on. This is lit. Like, the music changed. This went from T to B. Club T went to Club B. The music is how I like it. I can want, you can twerk, everything. Everybody's loose in this dance floor. I like it. Let's not go. She's like, girl, it's not you. It's the... And I'm like, no, it's me. This is me. I am enjoying this. This is me. This is me. This is exactly who I'm supposed to be. Now, listen, I'm sorry. I am a Camp Rock fan. It is what it is. Okay, but still, she's like, I'm like, this is me. And she's like, oh, we got to go. Yo, I had my phone at Club T, right? And I know I put it in my bag because I was looking cute at Club T. Like, I had a crush. I was trying to impress him. Like, I was like, I hope he's at Club T because I'm getting lit. And I'm really getting lit. And I am lit. So I hope you see. I hope you see this wild side of me. And I hope you remember, okay? I hope you remember. And that's what I was thinking on the side. When my sister was like, you gotta go. I was like, we can't go until everyone leaves because I want to see if my little crush is here, okay? Because it's deep in here. It's deep, okay? Oh my gosh. But still, and she's like, we gotta go. So I was like, oh, whatever. Because if he noticed me, he's gonna notice me. Because a lot of people were noticing me that night. Because I was just one of the beautiful ones. There's a lot of beautiful people in the world. Like, everybody's beautiful in their own way. But I was just one of the beautiful ones, okay? Okay. But anyway, so she was like, we gotta go. And I was like, we gotta go. Like, dang, I want to see if it's in here. Because he always talk about he goes to that, club. So I'm like, I want to see if my crush is in here. Had alternative motives other than just my birthday. I was trying to get, like, my crush to be like, dang, I love the way she moved. I'm like, yes, of course you do, baby. I got it like that. Anyway, so I had my phone when we were leaving, and I'm pretty sure I put it in my bag. And then we see the bouncer, and I'm talking to the bouncer. I'm flirting with him because, you know, I'm a little, okay? And he's flirting with me. Well, maybe he wasn't flirting. Maybe it's, you know, in my mind got me thinking, like, everybody wants me tonight. Everybody wants me tonight. Ain't nobody really want me, girl. It's okay. Anyway, so I want me. That's all that matters. But still, it's got me thinking that everybody wants me tonight. So I'm feeling confident. Everything. Whatever it is what it is, you know? And I'm talking to everybody. I mean everybody. So we leave Club T and I'm still on my, you know, phone in my bag. Then we take my phone out to call Cuz. Cuz always looking for his wife. And I hope he finds her. Somebody find my cousin, please. Because he's looking for his wife. I hope he finds his wife, his little white wifey, whatever. That's what he's into. All I gotta say is that is what he's looking for. Island boy looking for a white wifey, you know? Island American boy, like. Anyway, so, but still, yeah, he's looking for a white wifey. And I'm like, okay, hope you find your white wifey. And what do I gotta say? So yeah, so I gave Bae my phone when we leave Club T, like from the entrance. I gave her my phone to call Cuz. She's calling Cuz. Cuz is like, yo, I'm just down here. Y'all crazy. Y'all lit. Y'all see me? So we see him. And she still has a phone. And then she hanged up the phone. Now she says she gave me my phone. And I believe her. But this is when it goes downhill. So we're walking down the club strip to go to where we parked. And we parked, of course, next to one of my crushes. I don't know why I did that. I really don't know why. And that was just extra. For what? For what? Like, don't do that. Anyway, so yeah, so we gotta go to the where my car is, where I parked next to one of my crushes. And I know I parked next to my crush because I'm a stalker. It is what it is. I mean, I'm a stalker, but not a stalker. Like, you have a crush on someone, you gonna do a little research, and not research that's not public. Research that. Wait a minute. Let me stop myself. You're gonna do research that is public. Okay, not research that is not public, because then you do research that's not public for what? He's a crush, baby. He's not your husband. Even if he's your boyfriend, girl. No, I was gonna say don't do a background check. No, do a background check. If he's your boyfriend, I'm hoping you're like dating him, calling him your boyfriend to become your husband. You know what I mean? So do a background check. Like, wait, before you even call him your boyfriend, do a background check. If you're really into him like that. Your crush, don't do a background check. Let him show you who he is. And then when you're like, I want to be serious, like boyfriend even material, do a background check for your safety. You and his safety. You might find something that's okay with someone else, just not okay with you. Do a background check. Do the most thorough background check, or do the most like just like a little you know, put his phone number in online and look if he has like other phones or if he has other places that he lives and stuff like that. That's okay. Back to the story. Gosh. Anyways, let's get back to the story. So yeah, my cuz, you know, is right outside Club T, and my bae, she hands me the phone, and I'm just like, oh, okay, thank you. And for some reason, I'm feeling like, you know, a little more courage. Like I told y'all, they were out the whole night. So while we walked down the club strip, even my cousin was like feeling courage just like that. I have my phone out. I'm texting boy number one, which is the boy I loved at that moment. I did. I loved him. And I was like, listen, I told you I didn't want you at the moment because I wasn't ready to open up. But for tonight, I'm yours. Oh God, I can't sing. I'm gonna stop doing that. Y'all probably gonna be like, we is not listening to no more of your story times. But anyways, I was like, for tonight, yeah, that's how I was feeling. Like, that's how I was feeling. I was like, I need you. I love you. He was like, bro, I'm at work. We talk about, you know, I work at this time. He's like, why are you trying to like get me to come out somewhere? I'm like, because tonight we was. Then I was like, yo, he's at work. He's right, he's at work. So I'm feeling little. So I text boy number two. And I'm like, listen. I'm like, I know you out here. That's why I went to your spots, because you said they was lit. So what up? Let's get lit. Boy number two I didn't relate, but I like he was a crush. And then he was like, he was gone. Obviously because he's out there. He's probably mingling or whatever, you know, talking to people or whatever. It was somebody else, being someone else's crush. And I was like, okay. I was okay with that, really. No, I wasn't. I wasn't okay with it, but I was okay with it because I was like, you know what? Then I texted boy number three. And me and boy number 3, but no chemistry, bro. I don't even know why I texted boy number 3. I just wanted him to be like, baby, you look beautiful tonight. And he did. And he was like, baby, like, let me come pick you up. And I was like, baby, yee, I just want to be beautiful. And like, and I told him, I was like, you are so handsome, you're cool, kind. And he was like, thank you. And me and boy number 3, we know we weren't kicking it like that. We was just, we was hyping each other up. You ever be like, I need a hype man. And you get like your little sneaky link. Like, we weren't sneaky links either, but I call him a sneaky link because he's like a sneaky hype up, like a sneaky hype. Yeah, I had a little sneaky hype, and he was my sneaky hype, and I was his sneaky hype, and we did that for each other, and it was great because it was nothing more than a sneaky hype. Anyway, so yes. So this club strip is very long from Club T, and where we parked was like close to like what would you call it? I was like the techno club, the club that my cuz came out of at first. So it was like a long walk. So I'm doing all of this. And then at one point, we got the Jesus people out here trying to save lives on a club night, trying to make sure people are like, all right, now you clubbing on a Saturday, come to church on a Sunday to cleanse your soul, or like, to have Jesus forgive you, or, to drink the Blood Mary, whatever. Anyway, so me, I'm like, I love God because, like, the ideal of God is so beautiful and so humbling. And it's like, we need a God so we can see, like, I feel like it puts us in our perspectives and our beliefs. And then also, like, our egos. Like, I feel like it controls our egos, some of us. The ideal God and that God exists. And I do believe a God exists. I just don't know if one of, like, the religions are really right about, like, what version of God exists. You know what I mean? That's a whole different conversation. I'm talking too much, which is good. I should do this more often. Talk at night, because it's a lot of thinking. Because during the day, I'm like, I'm okay. No, I'm stop doing that. That's weird. Anyway, so let's get back to the story. So yeah, so the, Jesus people or whatever, they're like, come to my church. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I'm like, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Talking to them, like, smile, like, yes. And they had the right boys out there because, we was being sinners. And these boys was handing out flyers. And I was looking at them like, oh, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. I was like, yes, yes, yes. And I'm not going to lie, I love me some Europe boys. I love me some, like, some little, what would you call it? Like, some, dark skin, chocolate. Oh my gosh, I hate when I'm really gonna practice not to do that. But some dark skin chocolate guys, like, I really love them. I like all guys, honestly, because it's what's in the soul that matters. Okay, so, but what I'm really attracted to, is some Europe, some dark chocolate guys, whatever. Okay, either one. Like, I like it polar opposite. Like, oh, Europe, oh, dark chocolate. So they had dark chocolate boys and Europe boys holding flyers for Jesus. And I was like, oh snap, I was already texting them, boy number 1, boy number 2, boy number 3. And then I was like, there's boys and they're holding Jesus flag. I was like, it can't get any better than this. That was it saying it, because I would not be saying that on a date. Like, come on. And I was like, yo, let me get that flyer. And I was like, thank you for the flyer. I had my phone in my hand when I said, let me get that flyer. And I was just grabbing the flyer and everything, but I had my phone in my hand, so I don't know what happened. I don't know. So I grabbed the flyer and I'm holding on to the flyer and I'm walking around. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Jesus loves you. I'm like, Jesus loves all of you, because now what's on my mind is Jesus. I went from the boys to Jesus, because now I'm like, I'm saved. Jesus has been there. I'm like, it's gonna be a beautiful next year, 2022. I'm excited. 2021 is ending beautiful. I'm like, Jesus has been here for me. Jesus has been there for my cousin. Jesus has been there for my sister. And then we're walking on the club strip, and one of my cousins, God, my cousin hollered at this girl earlier who does the bike thing. She's working. Why are we hollering at people that are working? Like, these people are trying to work. Like, me and my family have problems. Like, yeah, let's try to give up people that are trying to do their job. Like, when you trying to do your job, you ain't trying to, like, talk to nobody. Why was we trying to talk to people that were working? Gosh, like, we're slow. Anyway, so, yeah. So he was hollering at this girl earlier that was doing the, bikes. They're kind of like carousels. That's what she does. And he was like, hey, let me get your number. And she was like, trying to work. She was like, come on, man, I'm trying to work. Like, I don't really want to be here tonight. I'd rather be us doing something else. I don't know, mini golfing. I don't know, laser tag with my friends. I don't know, going to like Fun Spot, I don't know, something else. She's like, I don't want to be here. Dave and Buster's something else. And, or, you know, Universal. Okay, they should be quiet. Anyway, so, but we saw her again when we were leaving, and the strip was about to close, because this is like, what, 1:30, 2 a.m. This is 2 a.m., you know, club closes at 2:30, so the strip closes at 3 a.m. So people are walking, trying to get to where they parked at this time. Some people, because sometimes they try to party till like 3 a.m. And sometimes there is after parties. I've never been to one. Do I plan on going to one? No, but if I go to one, I'll tell you about it, because I can only imagine, like, after party, we gotta wait till 3 a.m. to party till 4. Are you serious? I'm just go home and party at that point. Why? Anyways, so yeah, so she was driving by us, and I waved at her, you know, my phone and the flyer in the same hand. I'm waving at her, and I'm just being free at this point. Okay, remember this. I walked past the Jesus Boys. I'm waving at her with the phone and the flyer in my hand, or am I? Anyways, so I continue to walk down the club strip. And I think, like, we passed the techno club that my cuz said there was no good music, like no winding, booty hopping music. And I'm looking at the techno club, and I'm like, that's one of the places my crush be at too. And I turn around and tell my sister, I was like, that's one of the places my crush be at too. And my sister's like, why are you yelling at me? Like, she looks at me, she's like, why are you yelling at me? I'm like, I don't know, I just wanted attention. She's like, come on, let's go. And so we keep going, it's like that. Then we get to the parking place where I parked at, and I was like, that's the car that my crush has. I was like, he has that same car. I was like, oh my god. I don't know why that hyped me up that night, because boy number 2 never texted me back. Like, he was out there partying. Like, why was that I so hyped about boy number 2? And boy number 1 was just like, text me when you get home because you're very lit. So right before we get into the parking area, I think I had my phone. Guys, I was waving my hand around. So right before we get to the parking area, wait, let me backtrack a little bit. So we passed the techno club, kind of like, you know, and that's when I say that my crush goes there, right? Then I throw away the flyer. I throw away the Jesus flyer. I think that this was karma for throwing away the Jesus flyer, because God was like, oh, really? Oh, really? Really? You're gonna throw away the Jesus flyer? Like, this could be your blessing. Like, you know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows what it really was? Maybe it was just my stupidity. Maybe it's just the fact that I was, you know, 20. You're not supposed to be doing that when you're 20, baby. There's a reason. Not playing. But still. Okay, so I get to the parking area, right? And what happened? My crush, gosh, I wish. Okay, I was on my phone, I think, and I was texting. I think, I don't remember. I really don't remember. This is like, could have been a couple stops before the parking area throughout the strip. But I think I texted boy number 1, because boy number 1 was like, hey, like, I'm so glad you hit me up after we had that fight. And it really wasn't a fight. It was just me saying, hey, I'm not ready to do this with you. Like, you want a relationship. I'm not ready for that. He was like, just let me know when you get home. Yeah, I miss boy number 1. Anyways, it's not the point of me telling this story. So I was like, okay, I'll let you know when I get home, right? And how come when I get in the car, everything's good. I thought I had my phone. I mean, I probably did have my phone. So I get in the car with my sister, and I'm like, yo, I'm telling her about boy number 1. I said, yo, tonight was lit. She's like, yeah. Babe's like, yeah, tonight was lit. And then I bring out my taser, because I have a taser. Now I have to get a new toy. Look at me exposing myself. Talking too much. Anyway, so yeah, I bring out my weapon, and I go, I said, sis, look, watch me do this. Or watch me scare all the pedestrians walking on the club strip. You know what I mean? Because I want to do this tonight. That's what I want to do. You know, no one's giving me attention. I'm going to cause chaos. Anyways, that's what I was thinking. Guys. It wasn't that serious. No, it was a little serious. So what I do is, I was like, I grab my weapon. I look at her like, watch me do this. I look at her in the car. I was like, you ready? She's looking at me like you really lit, but okay, go ahead. She's gonna be like, okay. And so I pull out my hand up. This is the car door, right? I open the car door. And then all you hear is people say, oh, because they lit too. They're like, oh my gosh, what is that? Like, you walking around like, what is that? It sounds scary. It's like, I'm like, yes. And then as they get freaked out, I'm like, yes, guys. I was doing the most. So if I think I parked next to my crush, right? And my crush wants to go to his car, and I'm doing all this, he gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Well, not too much. Be classy about it, because now you looking crazy, sticking out a weapon, a taser out, from your car window, like, you know, having pedestrians be all freaked out. For what? For what? And this is when it gets really bad. I put the taser up because I'm ready to go. And I'm like, yo, let me put my address in the GPS in my phone. The address in it. Yeah, basically, I want to put my address in the GPS on my phone. Anyways, just want to make sure that makes sense. And I went to go grab my phone. I said, girl, where's my phone at? She looked at me like, what you mean, where your phone at, girl? You just had your phone. I'm like, what do you mean I just had my phone? That's what she should have knew I was lit, but she was lit too. She was like, you just had your phone. I was like, what do you mean I just had my phone? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. She's like, you just had it with you. I was like, I don't know what you mean. Like, I'm like, okay, if I had just had it with me, it has to be in my lap, because I just tried to scare pedestrians. So it has to be my lap. Why I look at my lap, it's not in my lap. I mean, obviously it was in my lap. I would have felt it in my lap. So I look at her and I'm like, where is it? She's like, I don't know. So she looks like under the seats on her side. She looks in the middle of the car, you know, where the gear shift is, like that, whatever. And then I look on my side underneath the car, and then I get out the car and I look under the car, because who knows, maybe when I was, you know, putting my hand out when I was scaring the pedestrians, it could have just slipped out of my why can't I remember what I'm talking about? Off my legs. It could have slipped off my legs like that. That's how I'm trying to say. And yeah, but we looked under the car and it wasn't in the car. Okay. And then I was like, okay, well, that's weird. So she looked in my bag, and I looked in her bag. It wasn't in the bag. So then I get up, and she's like, aren't you, like, worried? I'm so late. I'm just like, we had so much fun tonight. She's gonna be, girl, where's your phone? You said you're gonna put the address in the GPS. We gotta go home. I'm like, but we had so much fun tonight. And I'm looking at my crush. Like, it was a car like his. It wasn't his car, okay? Like, I'm not that much of a stalker. Anyway, so I'm looking at my crush's, like, identical car, you know, you say copy, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, I hope he shows up, because why I look for my phone. Like, if he shows up, what are you gonna do? Like, that's why he's boy number 2. He wasn't gonna do nothing. He didn't care about me. Boy number 1 cared about me. Boy number 1 would have been like, baby, I'll drive you home. So boy number 2 would have just been like, baby, that sucks. That's it. So why was I so hyped? Like, why did I want to wait? Like, I was literally, in my mind, was waiting to find my phone just to bump into boy number 2. Guys, it's just those dumb thoughts taking control right now. And so I get up and I walk around, I look around the grass, because I'm like, maybe I left in the grass, because there was grass right before you entered the parking lot where we parked at. And so I went to see if I dropped in the grass, because I was texting boy number 1. That's what I remember texting last. I don't really remember if I texted boy number 1 last. I just know that that message, that's the one I remember. Like, that was really, really heartfelt. I was like, oh, text me home, like, call me, like, everything. Oh, yeah, stupidity. And so I went to go back up the club strip, because I'm like, maybe I left it at the club. She's like, oh my gosh, did you leave it at the club? Like, I don't know. Why did I think we leave it at the club? We didn't leave it at the club, okay? So I went to go back up the club strip, and there's kind of like an ambulance around. I'm like, oh wow, like, no reason why those pedestrians are scared. Something really happened. Like, somebody probably was shooting around here, you know? I'm like, oh my gosh, like, there's an ambulance here, like, they're picking up people, or maybe they might be ready to, like, you know, close the club strip, so they have to, like, put an ambulance there to make sure all the pedestrians, everyone gets around safely and stuff like that. I don't know, but it's just weird. I don't really stay too late at the club where I see how they close the club strip, because I don't live near the club strip, so why would I stay late? I'm trying to get home too. Traffic. But anyways, so it's just, okay, so I'm like, we can't go back to the club. I'm like, we can't, because the ambulance is there, and if they're trying to close it down, we gotta leave. It's like that. And she's like, yeah, you're right. So I just started looking through the grass. She starts calling, well, she doesn't start calling my phone, because her phone's out of service. That's why she was using it all night. she starts basically just saying, "What do you think you could have left it? Where do you think you could have left it? What do you think?" I was just so gone. I didn't even care. Like, I was like, "What do you think you could have left it?" I was thinking like insurance. That's what I was thinking. I should have been thinking like her, because that insurance plan is nothing. It's nothing. Yeah, you get your phone back, but you still gotta pay. I mean, out of pocket too. Like, you can't go clubbing and have a whole full payment for a new phone. That's a lot of money on a college student, okay? I'm just gonna be real with you, okay? I should have been thinking like her, okay? Because I was not thinking clearly, and I should have been thinking clearly. Like, I can't, like, ain't nobody balling yet. You know, in the future I'll be balling. Pretty soon I'll be balling, hopefully. But yeah, she was like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" And what I was gonna say. So that's what she was saying. And I was like, just thinking insurance. So then we got in a car, and she was like, "All right, let's just go home." Cuz is probably worried about us. Cuz parked somewhere far away because he came earlier for a celebration with my parents. And so I was like, "Okay, let's just go home." And then I was like, "Dang, didn't we get in the car?" And that's how we realized that I lost my phone, because we needed the phone to know how to get our way back home. And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, and you don't have service?" And she's looking at me like, "Oh my gosh, we're stranded." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Okay." See, I'm the, you know, look, tipsy. I'm like, "Okay." Like, I have hope. I'm like, "Hey, chill." I was a little way too chill. I was little. I said little. I was way too chill last night. I was like, "Listen, we could just get on the road and find our way back home." I barely drive around where the club trip is. I don't even know the roads. I don't even know. I use the GPS for almost everything. So yeah, it was Jesus in the car with us. Some angelic God, angel in the car with us, looking over us. Thank God. Anyways, and I just say that a lot. It's very annoying. I got lucky as I was driving around that area downtown. I kind of was like, okay, well, I live on a, you know, and I kept following this street. And then I finally got us home. And when I got home, cuz was like, "Hey, I've been calling you." And I was like, "I know. I lost my phone." And he was like, "How?" And I'm thinking the same thing, how? Because if it was underneath the car, we shined a light and everything. Even under the car that looked identical to my crush, we shined a light over there too, because just in case it slipped and it slipped into the next car beside us, we shined a light there. Just in case, you know? And I even drove back everything just in case. Like, I'd rather run over my phone than not find it at all, because it's different. If I can get it fixed, it's different. And it's cheaper. You know what I mean? It's cheaper than getting a whole new phone. Yeah. So, yeah, and he was like, "Oh, that sucks." I'm like, "Yeah, that does suck." And then I also tried to log into my, you know, Apple ID account. But I was just so lit that I locked myself out. Yeah, because it's not, even if I didn't remember the password, I could have waited till I got home, where I write down, I'm very organized. I write down all my passwords, all my usernames, because I experienced situations where I'm like, I can't get back into this. So now I write it down. So I'm like, okay, I don't have the phone, I don't have the laptop, I don't have the iPad, I have a book. You know, books, what? They don't go away unless you burn them. Come on. So I was like, I need to write it down in a piece of book, you know, a piece of paper. In a book, though, because don't be writing it down in a piece of paper. If you're like me, you see paper, you throw it away. You don't even read it. You just throw it away because it's paper, like loose leaf paper. No. You need to write it down in a journal. It's better like that. Trust me. You will keep that journal forever. It will go nowhere. Journals are your best friend. Just saying. Anyways, so yeah. And I could have waited till I got home to log into my Apple ID, but I didn't. Because I was lit. And I locked myself out. That is how I lost my phone. Now, this is the thing. I could have threw away my phone with the Jesus letters. I could have gave my phone to the Jesus boys. My thing about that is that I hope those Jesus boys were not as lit as me. And they were like, "Oh, let me keep the phone and try to use it." I hope that's not the case. We all have battles. I just hope one of them wasn't stealing for them. Anyways, and then what else could have happened? I could have actually just dropped my phone inside the bushes. We were so lit that looking in the bushes was like looking like, it was just, I don't know how to describe it. It was like looking at, like, in the ocean for see-through goggles. It because you're so like, you're looking, you're like, I can't find it, and it's right there. You won't know until you step on it. That's how I felt looking in the bushes for my own phone. So yeah, yep, that's how I lost my phone. Could have been one of those options. I do hope that I threw it in the trash. The reason why I hope that I threw it in the trash, because that means that someone else can't find it and someone else can't get into it. And if I threw it in the trash, that means that it's going to burn and it's going to be destroyed, disintegrated. And that's what I need it to be, because I really had a lot of information on there and I had a lot of good content on there, and I don't want anyone to touch it at all. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys come back for another story time. Okay. This is DayJ's YouTube. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, bye. Bye.